My YouTube journey began years ago, at least in theory. I wanted to start a YouTube channel and I just never really got around to doing it. And then I decided to do a little YouTube channel, and this is my reflection of that. The goal was to make 7 videos, and this is the 7th. While on the whole, it was a lot easier and more fun than I thought it would be, it still wasn't without its challenges. I think my biggest issue was simply procrastination. It took me so long to actually get started. And I think I signed up for the challenge in December, recorded the first video in March, and then now we're in late May. So it took me quite a while to actually get going. I think that's just like a character thing, because it wasn't really fear, or maybe a part of fear. I think it's hard, of course, to put yourself out there and then just be visible, or at least for me it is. It was just like getting past this point of actually hitting record multiple times, sitting down, editing the video, and then hitting publish, which of course was like the big hurdle. It wasn't as painful as I thought it would be. First of all, it helps that barely anybody has watched my videos, so you kind of learn to not care so much, but also it's just the process. I got a bit more into it. It started feeling more natural. I started being a little less embarrassed about looking at myself or hearing myself on camera. I thought it would be worse than it actually turned out being in the end. Probably the biggest challenge that I had with this was finding just the rhythm of how to do this. So making the time to sit down and record the videos, and then also the editing workflow. I wasn't quite sure how to do this optimally. I still am not sure how to do this correctly. But for now, it's as good as it's going to be for the first 2 videos. And then I can always figure out like when I want to jump more into like editing or playing with music and or working with animations and the likes. I think right now, I'm not doing it. I don't think it has to be done. And I think also this talking to the camera, I think I made a deliberate choice that I don't want to have scripts. I have talking points that I want to flow on, and I want it to have just a more natural feel rather than me just like trying to be super structured and avoid all pauses. I wanted to have this feel a bit more like just having a simple conversation with somebody. And I think of the videos, like even though I say this, and probably like these talking head videos, I think will be my core. I think the video that I probably had the most fun with was my walking or hiking video in Gran Canaria. It was just cool to be able to tell a story. And I think it's just closer to the work that I used to do as a photographer, so there was just like more visual elements to it. Maybe someday I'll find some combination of doing these things and maybe having voiceovers over these more atmospheric shots. But if I don't, then that's also fine. But the visual storytelling and the mapping with sound was quite fun. There was just a bit more of a mood, I guess, that I could create. When I look at like what's improved over the time, I definitely feel more comfortable speaking on camera. I hope that I use like a little bit less, and maybe there are also fewer ums than I had in the first video, but definitely that's still something I can work on. If I decide to continue on at some point, I might try to just up the quality a little bit as well. I have more video equipment than I need, for sure, for what I'm doing right now. But yeah, so we'll see actually what happens there. And I don't think that that's the bottleneck, and I don't think that that's the reason why I wouldn't be able to continue. I think it's just I need to get into a routine. I need to continue finding joy in sharing. Ideally, I'd like to interact with some people in the future, and maybe, yeah, just kind of collect a bit of feedback as well. Just this feeling that this is relevant in some way. I think that's going to take some time, and I think that's fine because I'd probably better off practicing a bit more before this actually really gets very public. But I think this feeling of interaction is something that I'd like to see more of in the future. And so what did I end up doing actually? So I recorded 2 intro videos. one video about using tech creatively and for your creativity. Did a little review about Vinted. Did the hiking mood video, and one video about making friends as an adult in new places without changing yourself. And I think that's like a pretty varied range of topics, and I think that's going to stay that way. I don't really feel that I want to focus on a specific niche or focus down making only one style of video. So we'll see. I think that's just like in the spirit of the channel. This is going to be a little bit of a playground and a bit more of exploration for me. And so I'm looking forward to seeing what else is actually going to come of this. And I think one aspect maybe that is kind of full circle, I think in the intro videos, I was kind of broad with my descriptions of what this channel is actually going to be. And I think nothing has changed there. I still haven't really made any decision of like in what direction this is going to go. And I want to keep on looking. So it's fully intentional that, yeah, this hasn't been decided yet. It might take a bit more shape by video 20, who knows? We'll see. But yeah, in principle, I still just want to connect with curious people, live more consciously, and find people to connect with while I kind of figure things out in public. We'll just see. I will hope to continue on recording some more videos and just like see how it feels. Yeah, and I think as an outlook right now, it's just I'm gonna try and continue making videos. This has been fun, and now I kind of got the ball rolling, so I want to see where it goes. And trying to make the videos a bit more interesting as well, a little bit more visually captivating. I don't know if my face alone is actually reason enough to stick around. And try to find formats, I guess, of sharing around the topics that are interesting to me in the moment. The invitation still stands. You can like the video and follow if you want to come along for the journey. And I look forward to seeing you in the next one.